I told everybody that I would spend my Valentine's Day with you.
Oh, but where's my flowers, my candies, my romantic letter?
I didn't know much about Madame X, so I didn't bring it.
You know, Madame X is a romantic.
I see. We are very curious about your life in Portugal. Can I do this interview in Portuguese?
No, I don't speak fluent Portuguese. No way. Please don't.
Have you learned Portuguese? Are you trying to do it?
I mean, I learned enough, like, to ask directions and say hello and good morning and, you know, pleasantries to be polite. But I don't, my son David speaks Portuguese fluently, but it's a really, really difficult language. My sister speaks fluent Portuguese because she lived in both Brazil and Portugal as an exchange student. And I was always hearing her speak Portuguese when she came back, but I never understood how difficult the language is until I lived in Portugal and then when I was collaborating with Anita, I realized that all the Portuguese and all my pronunciations were wrong, and I had to throw them out the window and start all over again.
But you did well. I listened.
Did I? Oh my God!
Yeah,
I really worked hard. I had many people beating me over the head, saying, "No, don't say je and the and you know." And so.
Have you met any safado man in your life?
I had a safado boyfriend for 2 years.
Yeah. How is your relationship nowadays?
With Jesus?
Yes.
Very good. We're friends. Yeah.
And I have some questions here from your fans in Brazil. May I ask you 3 of them?
Sure.
João Diniz asks you, what do you like most about Brazil?
Oh, what do I like the most? The people, the music, the mountains. It's a beautiful place.
Cool. And Claudia Pinheiro is wondering, what's your first thought as soon as you wake up?
My first thought? What do I have to do today? Yes.
Márcio Siqueira wants to know if you will make a video clip with Anita.
If I can find the financing for it, yes.
Sure.
I've run out of money.
Really?
Yes, so maybe Globo TV wants to finance it.
Of course, I'm sure they will.
Will they?
I suppose. Let's see.
Okay, don't say things you don't mean.
I have a message from Anita. Do you want to check it out?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so.
Hi, Madonna. It's me, Anita. First of all, let me repeat everything I told you when we were together. Thank you so much for everything. It's an honor. It's a pleasure. You're changing my life forever. You changed when we were together with your words, with your energy and everything. It's an honor and a pleasure to me being part of this amazing project. I'm super excited. Loving everything that I've seen so far. And I want to say happy launching, happy everything. I love you and congrats. Oh, and me and all the Brazilians, we want to know when you're coming to Brazil.
Sure.
Cute.
Yes.
She's great. I love her.
And when you are going to Brazil, do you have a plan?
I hope that I could bring my theater show there. So I don't know. Let's first get this video underway, okay?
Sure.
Go back to your bosses, I'm not kidding, and ask them for some cash.
I'll talk to them. You've been to Brazil many...
You're not taking me seriously.
Oh, I can provide that, maybe.
You keep saying the word maybe.
Maybe I could crowdfunding.
GoFundMe. The Anita
Could be, yeah.
Bosch Gostoso video.
We're talking about how much, roughly?
I think we could do it for like, I don't know, 300 grand.
Okay. You've been to Brazil many times. Our country is changing a lot. Can you notice this every time you were there?
Ooh. Well, yes. I mean, every time I go there, there's a new president, slightly different government, different politics. Yeah, I do notice. I was there recently for my manager's wedding, and I mean, in some ways, things aren't different. So I still find that people in general that I meet in Brazil are very loving, very open people who celebrate life, love music. So I know that there are a lot of people, specifically in the gay community, who are really upset about the current president and his statements and his politics about gay rights. So that part's scary, I guess. Yeah.
You are a fighter. You're a fighter against racism, homophobia, sexism. Fighting against the ageism is your fight as well, is a battle for you.
I mean, well, that's an extension of sexism, because if I were a man, we wouldn't even be discussing my age. The reason we're discussing my age is because women are marginalized, and we always have been considered second-class citizens. And if we aren't young and we aren't pretty, we are condemned by society. And that's very sexist. Mm-hmm. You could be, you know, the most unattractive man in the world, and no one gives you a problem about it.
True.
But if you're a female, there's a standard that you need to follow, and behavior that's expected of you. And if you reach a certain age and you are still behaving in an adventurous way, in a sexual way, you're still having fun, you're still curious, you're still alive, you are not, you are looked down on, and you are discriminated against, and you are persecuted, and it has everything to do with being a female. So it's just the ongoing saga of sexism and hatred towards women. Yeah.
You wrote Sex, that book, and it was like a defense of women. They could do whatever they want with their bodies. Nowadays, there are some feminists saying that that could be an objectification. Do you agree with that? Do you think that women still should do what?
I think the point of that book, publishing that book, we should have the same rights that men have when it comes to objectifying our sexuality and portraying ourselves in whatever way that we choose to sexually, that we have the same sexual freedom, the same freedoms that men have. So really it's about, we're not asking for something extra, we're asking for the same that men have. Now, men for centuries have been able to objectify and sexualize women, but women haven't been able to do that for themselves. And so the whole point of me publishing that book was to encourage women to do that for themselves.
You have this music that is pushing the boundaries. Mm-hmm. Is it a mission or a burden for you?
It's a mission, it's an honor, it's a duty, it's a privilege.
Do you see someone like with you in this sort of march? Like an artist, someone who is...
Who's also fighting for freedom?
Yeah,
yeah. No, not really. Not to the degree that I've stuck my neck out, that's for sure. Mm-hmm. I think artists in the past have, but men, like John Lennon, for instance. He was very political, freedom fighter. So is Bob Marley, Nina Simone. Mm-hmm. But these people are no longer with us. Mm-hmm. So right now I can't think of anybody that does what I do or takes the risks that I take.
Your fans are crazy about you, your new album. We received thousands of questions. But what about you? What do you do to not make this like tour, like a Groundhog Day, like a repetition?
Well, I feel like I've made music that I've never made before, so that keeps me excited and keeps me going. And I'm talking about subject matters that are important to me, and that makes me feel excited and passionate. I hope I'm going to make a difference in people's lives, and I'm going to inspire people. When I present this music to the world, I'm going to be doing it. I'm going to be performing in small theaters, so that's very different for me also. It's a very intimate group of people, and I'm looking forward to it.
Madonna, muito obrigado. Thank you so much.
De nada.